Baby, does he do it for you? When you're finished, does he sit back and adore you? Your time is money and I won't let him waste it. Baby, let's go with it. But when you're mine, I'll be generous. Mine, China. It really be. We are here again. Music's back. You know, it's good to see that the industry is getting back to a bit of a standard. But tonight, it ain't about nobody else but Devin the Dude. If you're not familiar with Devin the Dude, he's a veteran. He's been around forever. He popped out kind of world renowned back in like 98. I got a chance to meet him. Cool guy. He's one of those rappers I never knew where he was from, you know, but this makes sense because he kind of bounced around. He's all over the place. Born in Pontiac, Michigan, and then from Michigan, St. Petersburg, Florida. Kind of moved back and forth between Boston and Houston, but kind of settled in Houston, so he's got that H-Town flavor. So this is basically H-Town's own. So he's a mix, you know, he's got a lot of flavors going on within him. I think he originally kind of came out with the Rap-A-Lot crew in Houston, and then branched off. It's just what get me about him is that face, but I can't do it. It's his natural look. He just be like, Devin the Dude got a lot of history, man. He's been around hip hop, you know, a long time. The Coffee Brothers, which was formed up in Houston. He's very expressive. He's very interesting cat from what I know of Devin the Dude. This will be a first for me. I've never actually sat down and listened to a whole Devin the Dude project, but I'm familiar with songs and features, and he's like a cult favorite, underground cult kind of legend. Soulful Distance. Maybe he's playing on the social distance. I think that's more so what he's doing, because this is a now album. It just come out a few days ago, and so and you got the veteran coming out early first quarter, swinging on y'all, seeing what the climate's like out here. So let's jump in. We got 14 songs. Devin the Dude. If you got something, light it. Join a brother. Don't let me smoke alone now. All right? I'm sensitive. I got abandonment issues. All right? I love it. I love it. See what he's doing right there? He's talking about just being trapped in a pandemic. So like, I can't wait for this shit to be over. Like everybody feels, because it's like you really feel restricted right now. The longer it continues, the more crazier you get. But he's keeping it smooth on this. He's singing. He come out the box singing. Ain't no rapping right here. I love the beat. You know, it's that old school slap, kind of like an old 80s drip to it, but still got some soul in it. And with his singing, I mean, it's of course he's not a great singer at all, but like he gets away with it, and that's art, man. When you can not even really be a singer but sing and people still connect with it, like it doesn't fuck up their experience, it actually adds to it. That's the genius of Devin the Dude.
Money comes, money goes. Sun keep you warm, hope gives a runny nose. Bummy clothes, sometimes people see you in. Don't matter what you got on, they gon' give you.
Oh yeah, this that Devin the Dude slap I need in my life right here. This is that player shit where he just come on with that smooth Devin shit, man. And speaking real shit. He always speak real shit. I mean, just it don't matter how big or small the real shit is. I mean, it don't matter. This is the same guy that's got the album with him just smoking weed on the toilet as the cover. He's a dick soft and you still screaming fuck the world. How we gonna do that? Classics Devin, you know, where he just slowed it up. He's like, let me tell you something, man. This is like, you need at least a record like this from him. You know, he's just sitting back dissecting. His voice is just very iconic. This nigga should just start doing like audiobooks.
I'm not in my right mind, and it's nighttime, higher than the Georgia pine, but it's time to write rhyme. Shoot them through the pipeline, pick your partners in the public.
This joint cool. You know, just like it's still got that smooth flavor. You know, he's consistent in his smooth flavor. He brings it to every record, it feels like. And he shouted out Tone Loc on this, 89. So shout out. See, you know, even in 2021, you shouting out the past. I like this flow from him. This is like the fastest I've ever heard Devin the Dude rap. You know, this is like his twister right here. And I mean, it's still slower pace, but this is like this beat is. I wouldn't really expect a beat like this. This is like him jumping into the new school a little more. It's cool. He ain't talking about nothing now. He just popping shit.
Constantly, every day. What do you think? You don't have any benefits for that. Well, what about the right nut? Itching every day. We have nothing for that either. For no nuts. You don't have a testable clause in there anyway.
This is great the way he started the song. It reminds me of like crank yankers. This is just prank phone call. I used to do this shit back in the day, but I'm glad that he did it like nowadays. He actually did it with his voice. He's calling some insurance, some health insurance place, and asking do they cover for his left nuts itching. Hilarious, bro. He just knows how to rap, bro. I mean, he's not flashy. He's not super all over. He just bow, bow, bow. He's right to the point of whatever he's talking about, whether it's some bullshit or some great shit, but he's delivering it in a clever way. He reminds me of Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Him and Snoop Dogg are kind of like, because these are dudes who could just fucking rap. They don't have to dazzle you. They don't have to do all these tricks in the fucking air. They just rap and you fuck with it. This is very different beat from him. I never heard him. It's kind of transy, but it's got some knock to it. I really like the beat transitions on this song too. It's really like, you know, it's forward. It's nowadays. It feels it feels right. This got that old like Aquemini, vibe to it. Pushing that old school out at 3 in the morning. I'm not familiar with Big Pokey and Lil Kiki, but it really sounds like this is their type of record. You know what I mean? Like their voices sound like this record. This feel like some H Town, Dirty South lowrider, just shit. And I have no clue who they are, but I love the way they rapping on it. The thing is, he say the most vulgarest things so calmly and seriously. You be like, you're laughing, but he's like, no, I'm serious. I want you to ride my thing. You be like, oh, you are so funny. He got some songs on here to make him a shoe-in for Jazz Fest. You know what I mean? He got some joints on here. He gonna be collecting different bags for sure. It's about being a side nigga, which is cool. I mean, I don't care for this song too much. It's still, it's vibey a little bit, but it's I'm cool. I'm kind of good on this type of vibe. But I do think being a professional side nigga, oh, you got it made. If you can pull off being a professional side dude, oh man, you are a gold mine. If your heart can handle it for long enough, you'd be all right. Because I mean, think about it. You don't have to you don't have to put in the work. It's like half-ass responsibility. It's awesome. What more do you want? And you get the cookie. Matter of fact, you get an abundance of the cookie and very poquito of the work.
I try to do right now that I'm grown. Hardly never stayed home. I used to wander and roam. Only thing was on my mind was weed, women, and wine. Be with only one.
This feel like just old school smoking music, This is like Currency's pops. It's not a shot, Devin. I'm just being candid here. Yo, going through the phone. That's love, boy. That's that toxic shit. They said it's that toxic shit. I done had my phone ran through. I think everybody done had the phone run through. Your girl just when you know what I mean, you get in the shower. That's why I started bringing my shit. Motherfuckers, you bring your shit in the shower. You start playing music off of it. You're like, you ain't gonna get to my. I done got caught in the shower and falling asleep on a motherfucker. When you fall asleep, ooh, ooh, those are the two. Most of the people, the dudes, they don't leave their phone at the house. That's not usually how it goes down. And if that happens, most of those niggas, them forgetful ass niggas, they got a lock on their phone. People like me ain't got no lie. You find it, you find.
I can't even do shit like that. And you know that, man. Why are you doing me like this, man? Everything I do is a fucking problem, G. And I'm sitting here telling you I don't have nobody, man. I'm going through a life too, G. All I know is you. And you really trying to hurt my heart, G.
I love it. Got the nigga crying on the beginning of the song. It's called A Good Woman. That's when you know you don't even when you about to cry in front of a girl, you don't know it. No, I don't think any man wants to cry in front of a girl, but you just be talking be like, yeah, girl, and it's a boom. Like that shit just catch you right up in here. They catch you right up in the tonsil somewhere. It's like somebody giving an award speech. They be like, "I'm so happy, yes, boy." And they get into that speech like that second line. I want to think about mom. I like the concept. He's teaching you if you got a good woman and you love her, he's teaching you how to keep her. When you lost a good girl, you know, this is that story. So it's gonna make you reminisce if you listen to this song about the one that you fucked up, and every man does because nobody comes out perfect swinging in this relationship game. That's the fucked up part about it. So it's gonna be somebody you love that you fuck over. It's guaranteed. It's gonna happen to you. It's the wheel of life. They say it's a saga. It's that glow up that they put. It's the glow up afterwards that really like that's the knife in it, and then that's the turn. Like when they doing alright. I like Devin singing on this though. I really like this song. This is a really good song. I would listen to this again. I see you. He kind of on his Tony Rich with this shit on the vibes. I see you. Y'all don't know who Tony Rich is. Only real ones know. Yeah, I like the vibes of this one. This like just the rhymes and cereal shit right here. Smoking, eating rhyme cereal. That's the theme of this song and I love it. Feel a little slick rickish. I like that. I like that homage. Like 14K. I don't know who 14K is either. Just getting hip to you. But you brought it too. He brought it to a new level on that one. You know what I mean? And Devin he brought it too. They just both snapped on this. Feels good. Eat cereal, smoke weed, and listen to this shit. Whoever did that last verse, I feel like I should know who that is. I feel, but I don't know if that's 14K or whatever. But all the rappers on this joint, they spit. But that last person's voice was very dominant. That shit was Barry Whitish on the end of this record. It brought a whole new tone to the end of it.
Needed a loaf of bread, milk and eggs, stores right around the corner. Guess I walk instead. Saw a crackhead looking half dead, creeping. Just got through sleeping in the trap bed. But round here, dope fiends coming down.
I know that sample. I'm trying to sniff it out. I know it is there. It's by the end of this song. I'm gonna figure it out. I love the sample. I love the beat. I love what he's doing to it. This is like him taking his style and trying to just add new elements to it. I like that. See, I mean that's how sampling should be. You should be able to do it so good to where people feel it, but they can't grab it. And that's the secret to getting away with a sample and not having to pay for it. Because if them niggas can't figure it out,
Gotcha, bitch.
You wanna be starting something. That's why your gums always bumping. Talking about a whole lot of nothing. Learn to live in.
I love Devin the Dude's verse on here. Grown man bars for sure, and still funny but still poignant. He's a vet. Slim Thugger. It's another person whose voice is refreshing to hear. You know what I mean? Just because you ain't heard him in a while, it's gonna feel good to hear him. Never been one of my favorite rappers, but it's refreshing to hear him on this record. There we go. Good to hear Face. Yeah, and Face doing this shit too. He off his reflective. I love reflective Scarface. It's always good. Love it. This was an all-star track in a sense, so it was good to see this big three.
I'm smoking a joint. Okay.
If you're a smoker, you're gonna love this vibe. This like remind me of like some Earth Gang shit. I like it. So he brought back the Coffee Brothers on the last track, which is dope for the smoking track. I never heard the Coffee Brothers, so it's cool to hear his old crew back on this. So that makes this album even dope. He made it cohesive and kept it H-Town with a lot of the old school stuff, man. That's cool. Um, theme and concept, the soulful distance. I think that was a clever name. While we all quarantine, he wanted to give you something to smoke to while you're in the crib. That's purely what this is. This is for the smokers. Not the most elaborate theme in the world, obviously, but it connects with who it connects with. You understand? I love smoking music, so if you can get a good smoking album together, which I think this is, that's pretty good for me. So 7. The artwork is really dope to me. It's him. It's a picture of him at the show, putting his blunt to the crowd and letting the crowd member hit it, and it tells the story. It tells the story of who he is, as a person, really, just because I know who he is. I met him at a show, you know what I mean? And he was genuine enough to give me his number, you know what I mean? So it's like I just know how he is with his fans and people who really rock with him and things of that nature. He's really open. He's like a people's person. He's a man's man. It's just showing his life. It gives you kind of a little snapshot glimpse into his life, and it adds up. It's true to billing. It's real, you know what I mean? There's no falsehood there. That's just him really doing what he do at a show, lighting his blunt and letting the crowd member actually do it. That's a connection that they'll always remember. The production was really dope. Like I say, it was a cohesive smoke album. This is one that you could definitely just play in the background of smoking and just vibe out to. They took basic simple smoke vibes, but they added a lot of instrumentation to it, and that's where I think it really stepped it up a lot. So I think the production on this is rich. It's rich in raw instrumentation. I'm gonna give production an 8. Creativity, was there. I mean, Devin the dude is a creative cat. And he got creative with some of the skits that he put in this. I really liked some of the intros. They weren't really skits. It was like intros to songs that were really standouts in this. Replay value, it'll be a 6 for me. There are songs on this that I'll be listening to again. And I think if some of these songs could get more push, it'll definitely be songs that'll stick with other people too. I'll give you 2 of my top ones. Live and Let Live joint that got Slim Thug and Scarface on it. The Discouraged record, I think that's pretty high. That's like, it's like classic Devin the dude, man, and it's like it's almost what you fell in love with him for. It's what you know and love him for. Impact to the game and the culture, kind of it's a 5 for me, because he just continued to build on it. He's done so much in his career of adding to culture that I feel like with this particular album, it's not the one that necessarily pushed it so much, but I think he's pushing his sound more. So I definitely got to give him credit for that. Lyrics is dope on this album because I feel like Devin brought it. Devin brought it on a lot of these beats, and a lot of his features brought it. He didn't have a whole lot of features, but the features he did have were pretty good. The results are here. This album scored a 48, which is just on the cusp. It's an album that's got to grow on you. Like literally the last tier of that. It's one more point, it would have been a good album. And really, to me, it tips more to a good album than just that album that's got to grow on you. For a lot of people, like if you don't like smoker music, it's probably an album that's got to grow on you. And so that's why I think this is a safe space for it. Go listen to it. Everybody go listen to it now. Support this man. He's awesome. He's a legend. And you're going to get some really good stories on this, some really good raps, some really good vibes to smoke to. Shout out to Devin the Dude. Shout out to Coffee Brothers Enterprises. Shout out to Empire. Shout out to everybody involved with this. And that's going to do it for me. We're gonna be back. We got a good one coming up next, too. Y'all be safe, and I holla.